Welcome once again, guys, to a brand new installment of the Visual Vapor Reviews. Today is Topic Tuesday, and we're going to be doing a special topic today between two different types of tanks. Now, typically, I've gone into the different types of tanks before, but there are two different kinds of interchangeable coil tanks that I'd like to kind of go into today to help you guys understand how they work. So, let's get a look-see. See if it's actually warming up out there. It's been pretty okay, pretty decent for the weather lately, but, you know, things do have a way of changing rapidly, especially here in Hillsboro. So, I'm just going to fill up my tank real quick so that we can kind of get this thing moving along. And I'm using two different flavors right now. I'm doing a menthol fruit punch mix right now, so it's just a nice little mix-up in my opinion. There we go. Nice mix-up, ready to go. Alright, so today, and the two different types of tanks we're going to be talking about are regular tanks and mouth-to-lung tanks. Now, even though this is an RDTA, it still classifies as a tank, so we'll be able to use it. So we have two different types of tanks, MTLs and regular tanks, sub-ohm tanks to be precise. So what's an MTL, you may ask? An MTL is, well, it stands for one thing precisely, mouth-to-lung hitter. So, or mouth-to-lung, well, in terms of MTL, it just stands for mouth-to-lung. A mouth-to-lung tank is a tank that's specifically designed for low wattages. It's usually above 1 ohm, and at some points it is mainly made for running at lower wattages and using, as it said, mouth-to-lung hits. A mouth-to-lung hit, as demonstrated by this tank right here, the, well, frankly, the Limitless RDTA Plus. We'll try and demonstrate a mouth-to-lung hit real quick. There you go. Now, I didn't do a full mouth-to-lung hit. That was because I actually had it in my mouth and then brought it to my... It was already going to my lungs. So, in that case, a mouth-to-lung hit isn't exactly as good as... able to perform a mouth-to-lung hit with something as high-powered as this, as I would with what's going to be shown. So, this is a regular sub-ohm tank, or RDTA. Meant for high power wattages, meant for really good flavor and big plumes of clouds. While this one, the IP Plus, is made for lower wattages, like in the 15 to 20 watt range. It's made for really restrictive mouth to lung hits. So you guys may be able to see there is a airflow adjuster ring, and I'm going to turn this down to its lowest wattage setting. Or, in this case, lowest airflow setting. Sorry. And we're going to do a mouth-to-lung hit. So, it's going to be a bit of a draw. I'm going to be drawing on it for a little bit longer than I would that. So, let's try it out. I've got my menthol flavor in here. This is my 0 milligrams menthol from, oh, sorry, right thought, wrong one. Hold on. This is my the menthol I have in here right now. 0 milligrams, 0 menthol. Direct menthol. Same thing as the other one, just I'm not using that one. The one I have in here, want to be accurate, is the ECG flavor. So we've got a kind of a loose drip tip here. It's not my favorite, but it does work. So let's try it out. There you go. That's a really restrictive mouth-to-lung hit. You're drawing on it for a bit longer than you would, and then you're bringing it into your mouth and then down to your lungs rather than directly to your lungs, like with standard vape. With a standard vape like this one, I'm doing a direct lung hit, so you guys will be able to see. That's a direct lung hit. This is a mouth-to-lung hit. See? It's really powerful, really strong. It's made for those high nicotine dosages. I don't use nicotine in mine. This has no nicotine. It's just for the this review is mainly for the purposes of how to demonstrate mouth-to-lung hit as well as a regular lung hit. See? Mouth to lung. You probably heard me breathe in and then let it out. Now, this is really restrictive right now. I've only got one bar open, so it's mainly made for just one airflow level, but I can open it all the way, and we'll do that real quick. Show you guys a little less restrictive. It's going to be a little longer of a draw, and it's going to be a direct mouth to lung. So, let's do that. And you don't get nearly as much vapor as you would with the mouthpiece all the way off. Now, also, something to note, I'll be right back. Now, those are higher on the price range in your vaping budget. They're more for like when you're just looking for something more high powered. Now, something to start off with would be something like this. As I've shown in previous videos, it's the Mark 10 e-cig. It is a vaporizer. It works just like a regular vape, only smaller, more compact, and it uses vapor, no nicotine in it. I've refilled it myself, so you'll be able to see a more restrictive mouth-to-lung hit than you would with higher-powered devices. This is a really good device if you're looking just getting into vaping and you're looking for that nic fix, as well as good flavor and easy mouth-to-lung hit, something that really mimics a cigarette for you. So, let's try it out. See what I mean? Really restrictive, only 2 dots, non-adjustable airflow, no wattage, nothing to fool around with, just really simple, really easy. See what I mean? Simple as pie. So it's pretty simple to get the hang of it. Once you're used to it all, the flavors and the various things, you usually will start off with something like this. Then you might bump yourself up to something like this before finally upgrading to something like this. These are the 3 stages of vaping that you will go through if you are someone like me or still looking into the hobby and not just using it to quit cigarettes. For example, when you start off, you think you get your first kit. For example, this. Okay, this is a kind of a throwback. This was my first e-cig for myself when I first started vaping and whatnot. So this is what you think. I'll do a whole reenactment of it. So you get something like this. You're like, "Woo, new vape mod! I'm gonna be awesome blowing all those cool clouds." Yeah, Vape Nation. Then you go to this. Oh, this is totally sick. Man, that's even bigger than before. Then you go to this. Holy moly, I'm the vape god. That is what a lot of people who are really into vaping when they first start off kind of go through those stages. And it's not about how big your clouds are. It's not about being a badass. It's about enjoying yourself. Cigarettes were originally created as a form of enjoyment, and they became an epidemic. And nowadays, they're people's way of coping with stress, and they cause cancer, and they are hurting people more than they're helping people. Now, there's a safer way to do that with vaping, and it's a whole lot more fun. You have more aspects, more to choose from, more fun with it, and you have a longer time with enjoyment. You don't have to worry about all those harmful chemicals going into your body or lighting up a cigarette and all the trash. There is literally way less trash than you'd get from a pack of cigarettes with something like this. In fact, there's barely any. Ready? This is how much trash would come off of a vape. Nothing. Now when you finish your bottle, 1 bottle. Done. No more. No trash. No real trash there. A pack of cigarettes, you have the carton that it comes in, you have all the butts that you've smoked. That's a huge pile of trash that could easily fill up my hand, no problem. With this, nothing much. Nothing huge at all. Nothing hard to deal with. It's easy. All the bottles are biodegradable, and the liquid they have are harmless to people. And it's way more fun, and you get a lot more things to choose from than you would if you were smoking a cigarette. Yeah, with a cigarette you get some tobacco and menthol, but that's about it. Nothing special there. So I hope you guys all enjoyed today's topic, Tuesday, of the difference between mouth to lung and regular tanks. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe, ring that notification bell so you stay up to date on all the latest updates and uploads from the VVR. And be sure to leave your comments in the crotch box. And as always, it's a pleasure doing this for you guys. So please be sure to tune in till next time. So as always, I'm your host Michael, and these have been the Visual Vapor Reviews. Peace, guys.